Hello, we're rolling or we're recording.
Yes.
Welcome back to episode 3
of the Girls That Get It podcast. I am your host, Ken.
And Han, and we are back. So today's podcast episode, we're going to obviously do our weekly recap, and the real chunk of it is going to be talking about our current faves, which I'm excited about because I feel like we haven't talked about stuff like this in a while, and it's a nice, happy little convo.
Yeah, it's very lighthearted. We're in for good times and good vibes today in this podcast. We made a kind of list of categories and each came up with our answer to what that favorite is for us. So it'll help you get to know us better since we are only on episode 3.
I know. I keep forgetting that if this is like a new thing and that stuff we've talked about like in YouTube videos before isn't irrelevant, but it's like we haven't talked about it on this platform, so it's like kind of like relearning what we have to talk about.
Right. I'm trying to find the balance of not being a broken record and just repeating everything that's on the channel because some people have literally watched everything and know everything, but then at the same time, we're constantly getting new people following, new people listening, whatever. So welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're new.
If you're new, hi.
And if you're a real one, we see you.
True. Okay, so I guess we'll just start with a weekly recap. How was your week? Do you have any exciting events that have happened over the last week?
Well, I guess how I kind of have titled the last week of my life is getting my sparkle back.
Oh.
She's not fully glittering yet, but she's getting there, and it definitely takes time and comes in waves, as I've said before. But with that, I did vlog last week.
Yes, nice.
And
we love to see it.
It's going to be a journey. It is going to be a journey for you guys to see that.
I'm excited to see that video. I have no idea what you've like. I know the concept, but I don't know what you filmed or what you've done. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, I definitely talk a lot in this vlog, which I feel bad because I'm trying to get better at showing what I do rather than saying. But also the concept of like getting your sparkle back and like going through life is not always peachy, and you see good days and you see bad days. And I, at the end of the day, just hope what I learned from it is you got to go through the good to get through the bad. And I hope someone else can whenever they watch that. But all in all, it was a busy week last week. Had some interviews, had some good time with the family, some good time with friends. Like all in all, pretty good.
Cool.
What about you?
A good week. Honestly, my whole week, like not the only good part about it, but the only like eventful thing was the weekend, because during the week I just did my normal school and work situations. Nothing crazy really happened. But over the weekend, I went down to Wilmington, which you obviously know because we saw each other, which we'll get into in a little bit. But it was fun. I hung out with family. I hung out with you. Hung out with Al. Did all the fun Wilmington things. And I haven't been to Wilmington since Christmas, so it's been a minute.
It has.
So it was nice to be back, and I guess I'll just get into my highs and lows for the week since it's kind of related. Well, it's definitely related to the weekend, and then I'll let you go. But I guess I'll start with my low. Is that what we do? We start with lows to end on a high note, right?
Yeah, you're welcome to mix it up if you're feeling different, though. Whatever.
Nah, I'll keep it the same. I'll start with my low. I don't know, like, specific event has happened, but I feel like recently I've just kind of been like insecure and doubting myself when it comes to like my friendships or just like my, not purpose, because that's not really what it is, but it's just like my value or like meaning to other people, I guess. I've kind of been like doubting. I feel like we all go through that phase sometimes where we're like, oh, my friends hate me, like what's going on? And you just get in your head.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm overthinking, but I've kind of been struggling with just like some insecurities in that department of life recently. So hopefully that gets better. But we're still hopeful. We're still having a good week. We're still thriving because we're not going to let get me down.
I was going to say, I'm proud of you, bestie. I'm sorry it's like that though. Hashtag no fake friends. If you're
the best part is that nobody even knows. Nobody's going to know. How would they know?
They're not going to know.
Exactly.
How would they know?
Into my high on a happier note.
Actually, they will know if they listen to this.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I haven't directly told anybody anything. Like, I'm just been sitting in here in my own brain, you know?
Okay.
Okay, my high. So, like I said, I went to Wilmington this weekend, and I guess that would be my general high, is just seeing my family, seeing Kenna, getting to do all those fun things. And I guess I'll just talk about a couple like highlights from the weekend, and then we can get into us hanging out and kind of reuniting, because it's been a while since we've seen each other.
Yeah.
But it was a fun weekend. I went to all my favorite restaurants.
Oh my god.
Not all of them, but most of them. We went to Yosaki Friday night, which is a really lovely sushi place, and their sushi is so good, and it was great. Then we hung out, obviously.
Oh yeah, we did do that.
Yeah, we did.
That was a good night.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. We went out downtown. Nothing crazy. We kind of kept it chill for the most part. We stayed out a lot later than I honestly wanted. I was exhausted. But it was fun.
It's exactly what I said earlier. Good vibes, good times.
Mm-hmm,
I feel like that's how I would describe it.
Yeah, me too. And then obviously, we did this together. We went to Islands.
Yeah.
I was going to say, obviously I had Islands, but because you were there. I can't go to Wilmington without having Islands.
I'm back on.
That is my guilty pleasure.
I'm back on it. I went through a phase, but she's back.
So freaking good. So that was amazing. We also went to Fort Fisher.
Wait. Explain what Islands is, because
people are probably like, what is that? If you're not from Wilmington,
they're like,
you
you went to the island? What is...
No, we went to this restaurant called Islands. It's like it's not a true Mexican place. It's like a Tex-Mex kind of it's like a Moe's, but a local version, if like that makes sense. Similar
to a Chipotle, where like you build your own across the line.
Right.
Really fresh ingredients. And
so good. And the hype of Islands started because they have dollar tacos. Yeah. And so that's like the big hit that really made them kind of like super popular. But then we just became obsessed, and
You know why you're obsessed? Because you get the right menu item now.
They're so good. I've been obsessed since day one, though. Don't get
I
it
know,
twisted.
But for the longest time, like my go-to order there is nachos. Mm-hmm. And there was several years where I was judged.
Oh yeah, well I was just always afraid to get them. Like I was just like, what? How great can it be? It's just chips with whatever. And then I tried it, and I haven't looked back really since. So thank goodness for that discovery, because it blesses my life every time I get to have it. So that was amazing as always. We went down to Fort Fisher, which is, when I say I'm basically describing everything that me and Kenna did, because everything I've said so far she was involved in. We went to Fort Fisher. It's the aquarium in North Carolina. Nothing crazy. It's just a fun little spot and a nice change of scenery, because I feel like I never go and do stuff like that anymore. Like I never think of the aquarium when I'm trying to think of activities. So it's like cool. I enjoyed it.
Even though, I mean, it's technically different than Wilmington, I still consider Fort Fisher Wilmington, but it's a good 45 minute drive away from like town, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like
it was like a 30-minute drive. Yeah,
for like the listeners that don't know, Fort Fisher is also like a historical like battle site that I couldn't tell you what happened on it, to be quite frank, but it's really gorgeous, really pretty, like just a fun kind of like little day trip to take, I guess. It's as close as you can get like to doing that without going to like Topsail or taking the ferry over, which honestly, why do I low-key want to go take the ferry now?
I was thinking about that when we went down to Fort Fisher and you mentioned Southport. I was like, should have done that. Like, that sounds kind of fun.
I know, because Southport is where they filmed Safe Haven. If you've ever seen that movie, and
it's such a cute town.
It is. It honestly is. I've only been a few times, but really enjoyed it. There's not a whole lot to do, but I think the act of going is what you're really doing.
Exactly, and it's just a cute environment, and they have a couple really good restaurants that I've been to, so it's a good time. It's a good time. But yeah, that was honestly like the highlights. I got to hang out with my brother a lot. He just moved into a new house, or he moved into my mom's house there, so that was fun to be back. And yeah, I guess the last like part of my weekend was I went to a little bonfire at one of my friend's houses in Raleigh Sunday night, because he just bought a house. So
everyone out here getting houses these days.
I know. It was cool to see his place, though, because I'd seen pictures, but I hadn't been in person, so it was fun.
Oh, I'm low-key jealous. If you know me, you know I love real estate, apartments, like any kind of interior, exterior. Like, I'm there. I'm about it. Like, I would love, if I could tour homes for a living. No, I don't want to be a realtor, but maybe later in life it would be a side hobby.
Yeah.
I live for it. I love that, like, this is the age of life where all of our, like, friends are moving and getting places, and I know I'm going to be called for some interior decoration help, or, like, how do things work? Because up to this point, most of us have lived at home where I guess some people live in an apartment or a dorm, but a lot of our friends didn't, if you think about it.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So yeah, I guess me just talking for 10 minutes about my whole entire weekend when it was just supposed to be highs and lows. So I'm going to stop now and let you talk about your highs and lows before I forget that that's even a segment.
No, that's not bad. I mean, we elaborated on some things. Well, to tie in, my low is the fact that we do not live closer together.
Oh.
Yeah, I told her before the podcast my low related to her, and she's like, oh my gosh, what did I do? And I was like, nothing.
I know, I was like, wait, what happened? Did I hurt you? I'm so sorry.
No, I've known this for a while because of going to college out of state. I got to experience this a little earlier, but it's just becoming such a prevalent fact that, like, your people in life aren't always going to be around you, and thank God we have technology. Thank God, like, things are so much different than, like, previous generations have had. But I just keep thinking about the concept of how, like, global things are getting, especially at least in, like, our country, because so badly I want to just go hang out with my friends for the weekend, but they live across the country in a different state, in a different time zone. And sure, I get to see them a few times a year, and that's great, but that's becoming the reality, as opposed to, like, in college, whether they're your best friends or not, you're at least around a lot of people your age that are just kind of down to do whatever. True. Where now, like, you really have to seize opportunity, and sometimes it's hard to get a group of people together to do something, or even coordinate a trip between two people.
Yeah, it can be hard.
So that's just kind of the low, because it's also kind of been a theme of my life recently. Just distance, and it's...
Yeah. I wish we lived closer.
I wish everyone lived closer. Let's all live together. Come on. Let's do it. Let's live together.
This is when I wish, like, teleportation existed, so you could just be anywhere in the blink of an eye, and it'd be a dream. Well,
because I've always been one to kind of, and I'll say this openly, like, judge people that move for other people, and obviously, like, everyone's situation's different, and I recognize that, but I'm also realizing, like, eventually, if there's someone you gotta be around, you gotta make a conscious choice to be around them. Whether it's a friend, a significant other, your family, because that's something, like, to be honest, Colton, I hope you're listening to this, but I need to call Colton this week because we have not talked in a month.
In a minute, yeah.
Yeah, and he's got his own world up there, and so happy for him and that he's thriving, but I'm like, we're only going to continue to be further apart in life until we were to consciously make a decision.
Choose to be closer, yeah.
Right. So, and I don't want to become strangers with all these people in my life. Like, Colton was just my example, but that's kind of my low.
Okay.
And then my positive, you guys.
I'm excited.
It's why I'm dressed the way I am today. I did unbutton a few buttons to make it a little less, professional.
A little less businessy.
But I'll also say this, I'm challenging myself this week to only wear colors.
Are you doing that this week?
Oh yeah. I have white pants on right now. You can't see it, but because it's a long story, but anyway, yeah, I'm doing that this week. I'm filming a video because I'm, style is evolving. We're changing, we're growing, we're getting better. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of liking the shirt. But anyway.
I like it. It's cute.
The reason why I had it on is because I had an interview today, a second round interview for a company that I have began to fall in love with, like, honestly and truly. And it was an hour-long interview. It was a technical design interview. Wow. Yeah, it was a process.
Why do I feel like that's kind of long? Is that long or no? I know nothing about interviews, but it seems long.
It's very long. And
okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
It's not typical, I guess I would say. But honestly, for the position that I'm applying for and the role that I'd be taking, it makes sense. Yeah. It went amazing, though. I literally could have, like, jumped off a rooftop when I was done because I was like,
oh my gosh,
I killed that ish. So the lady was super nice.
Yay. That's so amazing.
I'm so excited. And I have another one tomorrow
we love that.
With a different company that I'm just as excited about.
A different company, okay.
But today's interview, I would be a designer for this company. And I don't know why I'm not saying the company. I just don't want to jinx it, or, like, I don't know, out of professionalism, I don't want to say it yet.
Yeah.
But it's a big company, and we were talking about it, and as a designer, you have to have this portfolio. I'm explaining this as if you don't know, if you're a listener, just because I'd rather educate you than talk about it like naively. And we spent 30 minutes of the interview today going over my portfolio.
Talking about your portfolio?
Yeah. We went through every single page in it. I got to tell her what choices I made, what design projects I did. And she was impressed. She asked great questions.
I feel like that's kind of nice, though, because I don't know if, I mean, I obviously have not been interviewed for a full-time job. It's much less a design job, but I feel like they wouldn't ask in that much detail, and then they wouldn't really get to know like your thought process or the reasoning behind it, and they might like not consider you because you didn't get to fully explain. Whereas getting to sit there and like talk through it all, I feel like that gives you an advantage in a way.
Yeah, she did her due diligence, and this is how interviews should be conducted, and that's why I think I also enjoyed it, because these are the kinds of interviews I've prepped for since college.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, a lot of jobs and positions and companies have like kind of lost this professional nature of it. She had every single company that I worked for website pulled up, asked me questions from the website. She asked how to work my products, what softwares I used to render them, what materials I knew how to physically work with. And she was fantastic. She also asked about my like design process, and she was, in my opinion, very, very impressed. And she's a senior designer at that company. And one of my projects, I will say, is about the interview process, and it was my senior thesis. So you kind of have high standards when you're going to sit here and critique an interview process and be like, it should be done differently, and you have to talk about it in an interview.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I am just on cloud nine, and kind of what you were saying, I'm just thankful she took the time to do that and ask questions. She asked about everything on my resume. Like, it was just amazing. And it also made me feel really good about myself and more confident, because I came down and was like, this is why I want to do what I want to do. Like, I thrive in this environment. I love it. I want to be around people that do this. And truly, I would be an asset to their team. And I think she realized that today. So fingers crossed that things keep going well.
Oh my gosh. That's so exciting. I hope you get the job, but I don't know if there's like more interviews after that one. I don't know if that was the deciding one, but hopefully you get whatever the next step is, because that is such a good feeling to like feel good about it. Yeah. So you got this.
Thank you.
I'm glad
I appreciate
that it went so well. That's very exciting and good news.
Yeah.
I love that.
My next step would be one more interview, and then I would get an offer potentially from what I've been told. And then you would get
an offer if you... Yeah. Okay.
So
okay. Well, you're close then.
Yeah, I'm on step 2 out of 3. So, and step 3 usually is finalizing. Like, that's where you ask more like not serious questions, but like deciding factors such as like salary, relocation, benefits, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Hopefully that happens for you. I'll be manifesting it on your behalf.
Please, everyone out there.
If you're listening, manifest, get Kenna the job of her dreams. Okay. So that concludes the highs and lows. So I guess we'll just get right into the current faves. Should we I guess we'll go in order, and because I just copied them in the order that we wrote them.
Yeah, same.
Okay. So first ones first is makeup product.
I have mine here with me because I did a touch up before I came in here, and I'll just show it.
Go ahead.
But I did a TikTok about it, but is this e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush.
Why did I not see that TikTok?
It's the same one where I reviewed the liquid blush.
Oh, okay, yeah, I saw that.
It probably got like skipped over because like the blush was the focus.
The highlight, yeah.
But this is a game changer. It lets me do my makeup faster than with a beauty blender. It just like moves the product around and blends it in faster, but also gives a really nice airbrush finish to it.
Oh, nice. I have been off of the brush game. Like, I used to use brushes all the time, and now I use my beauty blender for everything, and I kind of have been missing using a brush, or like want to try again and see if I am missing something.
Yeah, I am currently team brush, but it does go back and forth.
It changes. Yeah. Cool. Well, I might have to try that one out then. So my makeup product, and this one, we talked about this before, not on the podcast, but you and I have talked about it like all the time, and you're actually the one who got me to start using this, and it's the Milk makeup I don't know if it's called a cream. I don't know if it's considered contour or bronzer, but it's like the cream stick.
I think it's contour.
For your bronzing purposes, contour. Yeah, y'all know what it is. If you just look up Milk Makeup Cream Contour, you'll see it. It is life-changing because it goes on so smooth. It lasts for such a long time. Like, I've had the small one for a while, and I feel like it's not running out at all. And it just looks like so much better than... I used to use the Hoola bronzer, which is the powder bronzer, and I love that bronzer, but sometimes it can get a little dry-ish looking, and it's not as, like... I don't know. Just the Milk one has changed my life, and
It genuinely
obsessed.
chisels... Like, it chisels your face. That's all I can say.
It does. And that's the one makeup product that in the past, since I got it, I haven't changed. Like, I've tried different blushes. I've tried different this and different that, but I have not changed the contour. So shout out to you and shout out to Milk because that is good.
I was going to say that, but I had a feeling you might, so that's why I picked mine.
Yeah. It's so good.
I think I've been using that for 2 years now and have not changed and haven't want to change. Like, why
don't, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Okay? It's so good. Okay, cool. So next is skincare product. I will let you go again. I guess you can go first for the first few and then
sure. So recently I got one of those silicone, it kind of has like little spikes on it. Spikes is a little aggressive. Basically, it's something that you hold in your hand and you rub on your face when you're using your cleanser instead of using your fingers, if that makes sense. I don't know the proper term for it, but I use that when I clean my face, and I really, really, really think it helps clean out my pores better than just my fingers. Like rubbing like skin on skin, it kind of gets in there and like moves things around better. I think it also lets me use less product and be more effective. Like, I feel like in my hand, sometimes it gets messier, like run down, like my palm, where when it's on this applicator, like brush thingy,
it stays.
Yeah.
It stays in place. It doesn't go everywhere.
Yeah.
That's nice. I have never tried. I have not tried anything like that before, and I've always seen them, but I'm always like, do they actually work? So it's good to know that you have had good experience with it.
Yeah.
My skincare product it's a moisturizer. It's like a super long name. It's by the brand, I think it's pronounced La Roche-Posay.
Yeah.
And it is, I'm looking at a picture of it right now because I can't remember the name. It's literally, it's Lipikar, Lipikar Balm Intense Repair Moisturizing Cream, AP+, whatever that means. It's super long. But honestly, if you just look up La Roche-Posay moisturizer, it's the first thing that comes up. And it's just this super thick, like, moisturizing cream. And I only use it at night. But the reason why I got into using it was because I went on Accutane, like, a year and a half ago, I would say. And my skin was super, super dry. If you don't know what Accutane is, it's just, like, this super intense medicine for treating acne. And it makes your skin extremely dry. That's, like, one of the main side effects. And so my dermatologist recommended this moisturizer to use while I was on Accutane because I needed something that was like for extra dry skin. And since being off Accutane, which I'm off of it now, I still use this moisturizer at night because it's just so moisturizing. It feels so nice. And when I wake up in the morning, like my skin doesn't feel dry at all. Like it still feels moisturized, and I just love it so much. So if you need like a good, and just for like winter time too, because my skin, even without having Accutane, my skin is naturally drier in the winter, as most people's are.
You want to know something funny about that?
What?
So, if you don't know, I have a similar issue. I have the driest skin, I swear, in the world. Don't come for me, but I swear. So last time I went to the dermatologist, I was like, I've tried so many things. I've tried a lot of moisturizers, but I don't think any of them are truly moisturizing my skin. I feel like I could apply moisturizer 10 times a day and still have dry skin.
Right.
And that's what they recommended.
It's so good.
I still have dry skin though.
Do you use it?
Yeah. I like it. And it's really rich, but I still have dry skin.
Do you use it on your face or your body or both?
I do face.
Oh, you do face? Really? It helps me so much. But then again, I don't think I have as naturally dry skin as you, but I still would say I have dry skin, but it helps me. So maybe you need
I'm
something
not discrediting it. I'm saying it works really, really well, but
yeah,
that's just how dry my skin is.
That's wild. I pray for you for that.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's why I didn't actually recommend a product, because I'm currently in like, I have things that are okay, but I don't love anything. I'm in a rebuild period.
Yeah. I feel that. Okay. Next is accessory.
Okay.
Well, you go ahead. Just go.
Mine are just classic. Whenever you want to dress up a little outfit, throw a little gold hoop on. You know, I'm in a mood when the hoops come on. Not in a bad way, but honestly in the best way. Like, fun is there.
They just elevate.
They do, and they make you look like that girl, you know?
I know. I love hoops. I wear like these small hoops on a daily basis, and these are just small guys, but when I put on like even just like a medium size, I'm just like, oh, these are cute. They're like a little elevation to my situation.
What size hoop would you consider the ones I usually wear?
I would say medium. I don't think they're large.
Okay.
I would say medium.
I'm team medium hoop. My hair just covers like the small ones. I have lots of small ones, but
yeah. You like it a little stick out a little bit, pop, a little shine.
I need a little extra.
I feel that. My current favorite accessory is, if you don't know, I don't know why I keep saying if you don't know, because like nobody freaking knows this on this podcast.
Nobody knows me.
Everything I've been like referring to, I've either mentioned on TikTok or like whatever, but nobody knows. So my favorite current accessory is this fanny pack that I got at Target recently. I have been like kind of thinking of the idea of getting one, but previously, and I was like, would I really like it? Is this just a trend? Like, I don't know. So I went to Target and I got one that was only $10 to try, in this like blue-green color. I don't know if it would have been my first choice, but it was only $10, so I needed to get it to try it. And I've honestly been loving it. It is so nice to have your hands completely free. It is small enough to where it's not bulky, but it fits just the right amount of stuff. Like, it fits my phone, my wallet, my chapstick, my nail file, all the essentials. And
the nail file.
I can't leave the house without that ish, okay? That's my current favorite product that I can't leave my house without, which is not on this list, but I'm adding it because I can't leave without my nail file, okay? If you know, you know. But the fanny pack has been a game changer. I don't use it every day, but it's definitely my weekender bag. Like, when I want to feel something and I want to be that little athleisure girly that I wish I could be, on a Saturday, I'll throw on leggings and like a sporty top, the fanny pack, and I could take on the whole world.
You've inspired me, because I want one now, and I used to look at those things and I'm like, do it. Silly. But recently, before you got one, I was like, the concept's good, and then you got one and your reviews are great, so I'm like, might as well influence me.
You need to do it.
Because I would consider myself an athleisure girly, and I
just love it. I love it.
Complete the look, like with what I wore Saturday.
Yeah.
Fire.
That was a perfect outfit for it. Yeah.
Does Aritzia have one?
Oh my gosh, I have no clue. But if they did, oh god, if they did, that would be
BRB,
life changing. Watch them have it in the TNA butter material. Like, I don't think they would, because it's not really a bag material, but that would be wild. So yeah, fanny pack, 10 out of 10 recommend. And I don't even wear mine as a regular fanny pack. I wear it like across my
That's how I would wear
body, which just makes it just.
Be honest, what
cute,
you doing if you're wearing it around your waist?
I just had to clarify in case anybody out there was about to come for me.
I feel like the only valid way to wear it like that is like if you're a dad at Disney.
I was about to say amusement park vibes.
Yeah.
Definitely. So that is that activity. I don't know what possessed me to put this on here, but I thought it was kind of fun, and I had one in my brain already, so I was like, let's just do it.
I was thinking the same thing when I read it. I was like...
You're like, why'd she put that on there?
What activities is she doing?
I don't know. What activities are you doing?
Well,
Did you put something?
Yeah, I did write something.
Okay, what did you write?
I wrote dancing.
Oh, you be out here dancing, though, currently?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. That's good.
Let me elaborate. Been having dance parties by myself in my room.
Nice.
I've also been stretching again, like I used to when I did dance.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't been choreographing anything crazy, but I've definitely caught myself doing like
a little dancey dance every here now and then.
Doing like the full on dancey dance.
Yeah.
And like, do I want to do it? Yes.
Yeah.
I honestly,
that's fun.
I think the time away from it has made me realize so much about it that I didn't realize it when I was in it. just by watching. I'm such a visual learner, and by watching it the past 4 years, I'm like, oh my gosh, now I wish I could go back and try all the things that I couldn't do physically.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't understand it. And now but the thing is, now that I'm old, she's a little rusty. So that's why I'm stretching again, just to like be at my prime still. And it's also just good for you in general. So dancing, it's like medicine, to be honest.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
I didn't even think about that. But mine is funny. I think you'll laugh. And I don't know why I feel like you hate this activity. You've never... I don't know if you've told me you hate it. It's not movies. It's not ice skating. Those are the two that I know you don't like. But
I feel like you also... about ice skating, but I'll get to it later.
I feel like you don't like this activity. Maybe. I don't know. But it is putt-putt. Recently... Why are you making that face?
The audacity you had to say that I wouldn't like that. I live for putt-putt.
Do you really? I don't know why I swear. Maybe it's somebody else that I know. Somebody doesn't like putt-putt. I know, but that's different. Putt-putting and golf is not the same at all.
I know, but it's the closest thing you can get to bring your, like, friends to do. I couldn't ask my friends, like, yo, you want to go play 18?
Yeah, but still, I don't know.
I could get them to go
putt-putt.
You
didn't like it. Okay, well, putt-putt, because one, I just love putt-putt. I've always loved putt-putt. I don't even know why. It's just so fun to me. I could play putt-putt every day and never get tired of it. And recently, what?
Is it putt-putt or mini golf?
I say putt-putt.
I realized.
Because if it's mini golf, then you're doing the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I would view mini golf as being a miniature version of an entire golf game, which would include driving, chipping, and all the rest of it.
Yeah, I think
Because it's putting. You're literally only putting. The club that you use on the green is called a putter. The act is called putting, and that's literally the whole thing. That's the only thing that you're doing in the mini golf or putt-putt course. You're not mini chipping.
Okay, your argument has sold me.
It's just putt-putting. So that's why I would say that. I don't hate on people who say mini golf, and I'm not that passionate about it, despite how that might have sounded.
I just recognized it because you said putt-putt like three times in a row, and I was like, that sounds so weird when you break it down to saying the word putt twice in a row. Anyway, let me shut up.
No, you're good. But yeah, recently I have just been putt-putting a lot, and I found this place in Raleigh that is an indoor putt-putt place, and they have like 3 different courses, and it's honestly the funnest thing ever because it's like a fun take on putt-putt. It's not just regular holes and you go along and you play blah, blah, blah. There's like different components of each hole that make it more fun and then like less serious. And me and Al have been doing that a lot lately, and it's just so fun. I just love a good putt-putt game.
I will say I have seen your stories. I've seen your TikToks about this. It looks incredible. The fact they have 3 courses too, quite impressive.
I know, and we haven't done all of them, which is another, like, I need to go back.
True.
I need to go back. It's so fun. So we should definitely go next time you're in Raleigh, but it's a blast.
I'm there.
So that is my favorite activity at the moment.
Wow. I didn't see that coming, but I'm glad it did. I'm glad it got there.
Fun. I love it. Okay. Favorite snack. I hope we don't have the same one.
Oh, I know we won't. I don't think you're ready for this one.
Oh, okay. Well, then hit me with it because I have no clue then.
Okay. This one reminds me of my childhood, and maybe it will for the listeners. But frozen grapes.
I was not expecting that.
I know.
I don't know. How does that remind you of your childhood? Did you used to eat that when you were little, or is it just like a weird nostalgia thing?
Yeah. Colton and I used to eat them when we were kids. We would take grapes and put them in the freezer, and whenever you have a sweet tooth and you like want like sugar and like maybe you're trying to like cut out like ice cream or something like that, it is the best sweet treat. It's also like, it's kind of like biting into ice, but it's grape flavored, but it's also kind of like a little sherbet thing in your mouth.
Interesting.
I don't know if my words are doing it justice, but it's just thoroughly enjoyable. And it's something I can't sit there and eat a whole lot of at one time. Slow.
Yeah. I don't know that I've ever had frozen grapes, but I've heard Al actually recently told me that he's obsessed with them too. So,
my man, he knows what's up.
I was about to say, that's something y'all have in common. You talk about frozen grapes for hours.
True, because I don't know if he's team green grape or purple grape, because I like green frozen grapes. I'll eat purple ones too, but I like purple regular grapes better than
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
a hot
I know.
take. Oh, that's suspicious. I don't know if I like that.
I know.
I'm not sure what team he is. I'm team green, but that's not Frozen. I don't know about Frozen, but I'm guessing I would still be green because
They taste the same, Frozen, but
then yeah, probably green.
I don't. There's just I don't know.
Interesting. We'll have to unpack that later off the podcast because I have questions.
Sure.
My favorite snack at the moment, and I guess this is always my favorite snack, but currently I feel like I've had it like at least once a week, which might be bad, but it's queso. I mean, that's just like an obvious answer. We love queso. We stand queso. The girls that get it, queso should sponsor us.
True.
Even though queso is not a brand, it's a thing.
We
but
should make the ultimate queso and just name it, like brand it. Trademark queso.
Oh my gosh, fire. Tell manager, are you listening? Send it to our team. Our team is us, if anybody was wondering.
We are the manager. We are the team.
Yeah, but queso. I just love queso, and, you know, that's all. There's no elaborating that needs to be done. Queso is just, mwah, love it. Okay, next. Goal. This, like, isn't really a favorite. I was just trying to think of, like, of the many goals you might have, what is your one you're most excited about currently, or one that, like, you're close to reaching currently, or just, like, your, you know, most exciting thing?
Tell me why I wrote down 3 things for this.
Oh my gosh. When you're supposed to write down one favorite, not favorites, but that's okay.
I couldn't pick.
You can go. That's okay.
They'll be short. My first one is just saving. I have been a lot better about not just like frivolously buying things recently. When we get to my guilty pleasure here in a little bit, you'll see what I spend my most money on.
Okay.
But kind of just continuing on to that, and I want to keep saving, moving soon, as well as college debt. Anyway, next I would say is fitness. I have been on my fitness grind recently. I've been working out twice a day most days. I'll do like cardio in the afternoon and then lift weights in the evening, which is nice. I like to break it up into 2 smaller sections rather than one long one. It's working for me right now, but as my girlies out there get it, it's hot girl summer. We are approaching. The countdown is on.
True.
And I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet, but I kind of want to do like some fitness challenge. I don't know if it'll be a program. I don't know if it'll be like a physique goal. I don't know if it'll be a dietary goal, but I've just been feeling the urge to push myself in that arena right now. So
that's a good goal.
Stay tuned. And lastly, I'm going to say fashion.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I am currently working on a list of things that I feel like I need to create my classic pieces, my staple pieces, my go-tos, the layering, the basics that go with everything. And that's kind of what my YouTube video is on this week, as well as a challenge. But those are my goals.
Lord knows that I need help in the fashion department, but that's a whole nother story. Those are all good, though. Those are good. My goal, as cliche as it probably is, and even though I'm like low-key not ready or excited about it, I said it anyway because like it's a big, like it's kind of like a monumental goal that I'm like approaching like quickly as I look at the calendar. I'm like, oh shoot, it's about to happen. And that's graduating college. Nothing, well, it is revolutionary in a way, but it's nothing like creative. It is revolutionary, but it's not like a creative thing that I have been like, it's gonna happen in approximately a month and like a week or 2.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. I'm not really ready for it, but I'm excited that it's finally happening. I know that might sound weird that like I'm not excited, but I am. It's just like I have mixed feelings. You know?
I think that's natural.
Yeah. So
there's lots of emotions that come up during that time. It's like the end of an era, but also such a huge milestone.
Right. So we'll see what happens with after that. I still have no plan, but it's okay. We're figuring it out. And I'm kind of just excited to get to the next part where I'll like be forced to have a next plan. Like I want to see what I'm going to do after. So I'm kind of ready to find out, you know?
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. So next is outfit. And I guess when I wrote this, I kind of just meant like, what's your like go-to, and it doesn't have to be a full outfit, but like a go-to like clothing piece that you've been throwing on when you don't know what to wear, or it could be an outfit, whatever you
I've got
want.
one.
Okay, go ahead.
I've got one. Oh, I've got 2 now that I think about it.
Oh, okay.
The first one.
I feel like I know what you're going to say. Did you just wear it recently?
Yeah, I don't think you saw it though.
Okay, go ahead.
It's the Aritzia bodysuits.
Oh, I was gonna guess Aritzia, but not that.
Yeah, the leggings were my second one that I just realized because
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
they also are life-changing. But the bodysuit is just, again, it's a classic. It can go with jeans, a skirt, shorts. It could also be paired with like so many different layering pieces. It could be by itself. They have long sleeve ones. They have like tank top ones, and I love the square neck cut on me right now. It just hits differently. Your girl looks good.
It's cute.
She feels good. It's I would say, out of the Aritzia pieces that I have, it's pretty affordable for something that you'll have for so long, and it's a very high quality. So, I love.
I'm jealous. Don't get me started. I have one thing from Aritzia, and I want more. I need more. Like, you have put me on that too, and I'm jealous. But those are all the things you have are so cute, and I just love them.
Thank you. What about you?
Mine is I don't think you'll be shocked. And I feel like recently, when I got it, I was obsessed. And then I kind of forgot about it, and I'm obsessed again. It's this green Fabletics set that I have. It's the if y'all are listening to the audio version right now, Kenna just rolled her eyes and shook her head because this is like the one thing I have that she wants. But it's like what color is it? I don't want to say lime green because it's not. It's like a muted lime green, if that's even a color.
Yeah, it's like the tone of a mint green, but in a lime color.
Exactly, and it's a sweatpants set. The set is this pair of sweatpants, and then like it's not a sports bra, but it's like a cropped tank top. And
experiment.
First of all, it's just the color, and
She's
second
good.
of all, the quality, like it's so thick and soft, and I just love it, and it just makes me feel so happy when I wear it, and like I feel put together. I don't know, it's just a set hits different, and recently I've been really lazy with the fashion, and when I've wanted like a cuter look or an athleisure look or I tried harder than I really did look, it's been my go-to. So
we live for a set. I'm trying to get more because I don't have any.
Me too. I have that one, and then I have that. I have that like pink fuzzy. Remember that one I got from Target with the shorts and the.
Where has that been? I've been waiting on that one.
I've worn it. I just haven't had
That could be a cute pic for the gram.
That's true. Thank you, creative director. That's a good idea.
I gotcha.
So yeah, the Fabletics set. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay.
Live,
next.
laugh, love.
Yep. Next. Form of entertainment. Go ahead.
Okay. I will be going. I just put podcast as a whole. I have been.
That's good.
Like, luckily, right now, what I do when I work, I can like have something going. Like, I can have a podcast, music playing, whatever. And I have just been flying through podcasts. I honestly need more podcast recommendations because a podcast is, in my opinion, kind of like a show. Like, if I'm going to follow a podcast, I will listen every week when it comes out.
Yeah.
And like, I go through phases where I like some and then stop listening, and it's really hard for me to pick up. But currently the ones that I do listen to, I like want more, and there's not more out. So to find another good podcast to like add to your roster. Because when I work for my dad, like, yesterday, I worked for 8 hours straight. If a podcast is an hour, that's 8 different podcasts. I don't have 8 podcasts that I like.
Yeah.
But I will say, well, I'll save it for the book category, but I also kind of wanted to start getting into Audible or like audiobooks because I would rather spend that, like, one, I'm making money while I'm working and like being active, but two, I want to educate myself with that time since I have that luxury right now. Like, why not consume that information? I've also had a really hard time falling asleep, so I've had a podcast playing while I fall asleep because it like helped distracts me. So I would say majority of the time when I'm awake, there is a podcast playing.
You really,
it's
you've
bad.
been on the podcast.
It's a little
like a lot
too much, but like I've loved it.
That's cool. Mine, I know you're gonna like scoff at, and you're gonna be like, okay, just because you don't like this. And normally I'm not like a big blank fan. I mean, I am, but I don't do it like on the daily normally. But recently, I don't. You're like, what are you
talking about?
It's nothing crazy, but recently I have been like always wanting to watch a movie. I know you don't like movies, and it's nothing crazy or revolutionary. But like, for example, normally my like weekly winding down form of entertainment would be a TV show, like a Netflix series, or I'll watch a YouTube video or whatever. But I haven't watched a show in a while because I don't know why, but recently I've just been obsessed with movies. Like, I wanted to go to a movie so bad that in Wilmington on Saturday night, like, I made me and Al go to a movie because I was like, I want to see a movie. I need a movie. Like, I don't know why. I
do enjoy the theater, but
with the popcorn,
girl, I said it in the car.
It was so good. I know, so good. But I've just been in a movie mood the last 2 weeks. I have just been always wanting to watch a movie. So that's my current, like, couldn't be more current favorite form of entertainment.
She's like, I'm watching a movie as we speak, like on
like
the
in
side.
The background up here on my TV. Y'all can't hear it, but it's going.
Yeah. Okay, let me do the rest because I came up with the second half. Or not the rest, but at least the next couple.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so the next category is, do you have a current favorite recipe that you've been cooking up in the kitchen?
I don't want to disappoint, but my answer is no. Well, I wrote something.
Okay.
I wrote something anyway, but I'll explain. I have been gone like the past like 4 weeks. I have been so busy, like the whole month of March. The first weekend I was in Hilton Head. The second weekend was my mom's birthday. The third weekend I was in New York. This last weekend I was in Wilmington. And this coming up weekend I'm going to Nashville. So I haven't honestly grocery shopped in so long because I always tell myself I'm going to be gone this weekend. So I don't want to buy groceries that I'm not going to be able to finish before the weekend and then they go bad. And so I've been like really slacking on the cooking recently. And like the one recipe that I can think of that I have consistently made still isn't even a recipe. Like, it takes 2 ingredients to make, and I would not define this as cooking. But for breakfast, I've been making avocado toast with an over easy egg like every single time that I make breakfast the last like month.
I feel like that's a very you thing.
It is.
Can I tell you a secret?
It. What?
I've never had avocado toast.
I can't believe that. It's game changer.
It scares me.
I know it's like really trendy, but it for a reason. It's so good.
It took me a long time to even ingest an avocado, and you want me to like do that to my bread?
I love avocados, and I love like it's just and the egg. The egg is what makes it great. Like I
love an egg.
Like avocado toast plain, sure, but adding the over easy egg, the runny egg, it elevates it to the next level. So that, even though that isn't really a recipe, that's like the one food that I've really only been cooking recently.
I respect.
So
I wrote this because I am obsessed with this salmon recipe.
Is this the one you posted on TikTok?
Yes.
I don't know if I did comment, but it looked so good.
It is it truly looks like I'm a professional chef when I put that on a plate.
It does. You
cut the lemon wedge and just do it upright. Like, let me tell you. But basically it is, you put Parmesan, breadcrumbs, parsley, salt, pepper, lemon juice, and a couple other things, and you coat it over your salmon, and you can cook it in the oven or air fryer, and oh my goodness, it is so good. I will make that with rice and do like 4 little pieces of salmon and have that at least one meal like every day for the week, and it's delish. So good.
I love salmon.
Yeah, I kind of got off my game the past couple weeks because of stuff, but I went through a really big cooking phase because I recently got an air fryer, and I also am on this new diet for my like stomach. It's called a low FODMAP diet, so I've been looking for things that don't have certain ingredients in it that is hard for me to digest, and that was one of them, and truly tastes so yummy.
I need to try that because I love salmon, and that sounds so yummy.
Yeah, it's also so easy to do.
Yeah, and it's good for you, so.
It is.
Solid meal.
All right, next category. Do you have a favorite book? I knew you wouldn't.
No. If you didn't see that, which you probably didn't if you're listening to the audio version, I shook my head no. Because I don't.
Out of shame.
I know that's disappointing. My current favorite book is called American History 1980 or 1880 to whatever.
Sure.
I'm not reading any, like I literally haven't read a book in months, so I really hate to disappoint, but I genuinely can't even fake an answer on this one.
I know.
I know you have one because you wrote the question, so I want to know what yours is.
I have been trying to read more in general with my free time. Also, back to the audio book comment. There is this book called Happy People Are Annoying. It's by Josh Peck. And I
love him. He wrote a book? He's an author?
He wrote a book. And it's about his life. And to be honest, I was beyond impressed. And it was very entertaining. He has a podcast that I listen to that I really like. He's one of those voices that it soothes me. It reminds me of my childhood. He's also a very, very genuine guy.
I love him.
Big fan.
I love him.
But the reason why I downloaded the audiobook is because he read it. Like, it was basically like a long podcast, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
And it talks about the first 35 years of his life. He talks about how he got into social media. Also, like, he went through a phase of abusing drugs and alcohol, and he talked about that, which you probably would have never known, and just so much about his life that he didn't know. So mad respect to him. Great job with the book. Really
Did he talk about Drake and Josh?
Not really. He talked about...
shocked.
Well, yeah, I think he's just like...
No, I'm shocked he didn't because, like, I don't know if it was on his podcast or somebody else's, but he was talking about, like, his relationship with Drake and how he, like, struggled with being on a show with somebody who he didn't really get along with in real life, but the show was, like, them being best friends.
Yeah. He talked more about, like, the process of, like, what he dealt with post-filming during the days of Drake and Josh, as well as, like, getting it and not, like, life after getting it. Because he was saying, and I didn't even think of this, he's like, how many people do you know that have a show named after them?
Yeah.
Like, very few. And he's like, my name will forever come after Drake, like, through history. Like, the people that typically get a show, and they're definitely not kids. Like, the people I think of is, like, the Cosby Show, the, like, Amanda Show, like, different stuff like that are, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't even answer this one. I left it blank. I didn't mean to, but I'll come up with something. The next category that I will hop into is, what is your current favorite form of self-care?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mine, and you already know what I'm going to say, I feel like.
Yeah, this is the one I don't like.
Why not? What's your issue?
I'll explain after you explain.
Are we going to say the same thing or not? Because now I'm confused. I'm
saying I don't like what you do.
I know.
I don't like to do it.
Why? Okay, well, my answer is taking a bubble bath. Yeah. Now I feel, like, embarrassed to be saying that.
I wish I enjoyed it. I'm upset at myself for not liking it. It's because...
Why don't you like it?
I, in a way, always like to be doing something productive, and you can't in a bath.
Girl, you'd be surprised the things that I get done when I'm in the bathtub. I've literally done homework in the bath before.
Really?
Heck yeah. The way that my bathroom is set up, my toilet is, like, right next to my bathtub, like, right next to it. So if I want to be productive, which I sometimes have taken a bath at just the time that I should not be, and I'm, like, forced, I will literally put my computer on the toilet and do my homework. That is, like, that might be controversial, but I don't do it frequently, but I've done it before. Mainly what I'll do when I take a bath is that's, like, when I allow myself to wind down, and I'll put my computer on my toilet and I'll watch something on YouTube or whatever.
Sense.
But there have definitely been a time or two where I have genuinely done homework, or, like, I'll read in the bath. That's, like, a productive thing that I guess I've done before. I've, like, read my textbook that I've had to read.
When I would get a book, like, I would find a way to get it wet. I don't know why.
No, you just don't put your hands in the water and you hold it. Like, you gotta finesse. You can't just be willy-nilly and they're letting the pages fall in the water.
I know, but I want to be willy-nilly.
Well, then...
It's like swimming, but you can't.
Sounds like your problem is not with baths. It's that you can't, like...
I don't like to sit still.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That sounds like your issue that you need to work through.
That's why, like, I'll pace back and forth in the shower. Like, it is not like a stand there journey.
You pace in? How big is your shower? I've seen your shower. I didn't know you could do laps in there.
Yeah, I've recently been using Colton, so it's, like, longer.
Oh, okay.
So it's a whole world of
opportunity.
You
just walk in little lines. Yeah.
In my shower, I'll, like, turn in circles. So I won't realize it, but I do.
That's really funny. Okay, well, what's yours? You said you didn't write something, but did you think of anything?
Yeah, I did. Okay. Mine is I take breaks. Like,
When she says, I don't want to sit and do nothing, and now her favorite form of self-care is taking a break? What? Explain.
Okay, let me explain myself. What I mean by this is I feel like I've always been the kind of person that, like, when I get done for, like, when I was a kid and I would come home from school, like, I would need to take a break before doing homework. And my mom used to tell, like, my nannies, like, don't force her to do homework right away or else she will explode on you. She needs, like, time to decompress. And I will look at my phone whenever I kind of, like, get a little burnt out or need a little refresh. And I was like, all right, you have 10 minutes. I decide whatever it is that I want to do during that break, whether it's go make a snack or, like, actually watch something or, like, scroll on TikTok or whatever it is. Put away laundry. Like, you have the 10 minutes to do that and then get back to work. So I guess just, like, intentionally stepping away still to do something else.
Right.
To, like,
that's a good one. That's important.
Delegate.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Next, what is your current favorite drink?
Mine is yellow Gatorade. I just love Gatorade, and normally if I'm going to the store and I'm buying a drink that's not water, it's pretty much Gatorade because I don't like soda, I don't really like tea, I'm not into all these kinds of, like, crazy drinks, but I do love Gatorade for a nice switch up sometimes. And normally I don't get the yellow flavor, like that. I wouldn't say that's my favorite flavor, but sometimes it just hits.
You're just
different.
in the mood.
Yeah. Sometimes I get in a weird mood where I really want it because it's, like, super refreshing, especially when it's, like, ice cold. I just
I get you.
I love it, and so yellow Gatorade is my current. It's good. I don't know what it is about it. It just makes me feel good. What's yours?
You know, it's a good old cherry Coke. I've been drinking way too much soda recently, but it makes me feel something, so that's okay. You know? Next, I feel like this could be similar to, like, activity, but hopefully we pick something different. Next, what is your favorite way to spend your free time?
Right now, and normally this is not my answer, but right now I would say traveling because, like I mentioned earlier, just this month, I didn't even plan for it to be, but it turned out to be I've been doing something every single weekend. There's only one weekend in March that I didn't go out of town, but I was still, like, busy with my mom because it was her birthday. But like I said, I went to Hilton Head, Wilmington, New York, and now Nashville. And I'm, like, kind of tired and ready to, like, stay home one weekend. But it's been really nice because I feel like before I went to Hilton Head and kind of, like, started the sequence of traveling, I was really itching to go somewhere.
Yeah, I'm currently itching.
And I have just been really wanting to get out of my apartment and just, like, go somewhere. And I have been fortunate enough to get to go on little weekend getaways recently, so that's definitely my answer right now.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to go to Nashville this weekend.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to experience it. It's also, like you were saying, that's when the opportunity strikes to do all that stuff, it's just the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, exactly. So what is yours?
I wrote, for me, being creative. I feel like that could be a lot of different things, but I've been really into, like, making graphics, doing design stuff, as well as, like, just all the content stuff in general. Whenever I'm like, okay, I have 30 minutes, I'm like, what's fun and creative that we could do? I think it keeps me sharp for work and other stuff too.
That's a good one. That's a very you one also. But that's good. I like it.
Next, okay, this one, I'm going to say Hannah wrote this down. She asked,
I did.
What is your current favorite day of the week?
Why are you acting like that's weird?
I feel like it's a little weird.
How is that weird?
I don't have a strong emotional attachment to many days of the week.
I don't know. Sometimes, like, for example, on Mondays we record our podcast. On Wednesdays I have my tap club meeting. On X day you might do something else. So I didn't know if there was something that you have on a specific day of the week that makes you extra happy recently and wanted to share. Otherwise, you don't got to answer. That's okay.
I picked a day. I currently don't have, like, a schedule like that just because of my situation, which is why I don't like most days of the week currently. I picked Sunday because I think Sundays are just such a reliable reset, rewind, unwind, but also prep week, or prep for the day. Yeah. What about you?
I wrote down something, but now that I'm reading it, I think I want to change it.
Okay.
Which I put Saturday. Well, I put Saturday because I just always love a Saturday because it's like the middle of the weekend and it's the day before. You can stay up late and do what you want, or on Saturday you can stay up late and do what you want because there's like 2 free. It's just like the most freest day that I feel like. So I put Saturday, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think I want to put Friday because I don't work or have class on Friday, so it's basically like a weekend day for me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing better to me right now than it being Friday and being like, oh, it's finally Friday. I'm free. Like my weekend is starting, and it just gets me really happy and excited because most of the time I'm done with my school stuff for the week by then, and I just wake up feeling ready for the weekend and like excited to just do whatever the weekend has for me. And it's just a fun day. I just love Fridays recently.
That's good.
I love them.
Next I asked, do you have a current favorite song that you've been bopping out to?
Yeah, I put Backyard Boy, which is the song. It was like a TikTok song for a while, I think. Do you know what I'm talking about, or do I need to like give you a performance?
Give me a performance.
It's the one that's like, dance with me in my backyard, boy.
Okay.
Na-na-na-na. Yeah, that one. I think it was a TikTok song, but I recently rediscovered it, and I choreographed like a little combo for my tap club meeting to the song. And ever since, that was like, I guess that was a few weeks ago at this point. That was like right the week before spring break.
Oh.
But I've just been jamming to that song. It makes me so happy. It makes me feel like summer is coming. It's just a good feeling song, and it makes me want to get up and dance and like forget about any problem that might exist in the world. It's just a feel good song.
That's cute.
Yeah. What's yours?
I kind of mentioned her the other day in the car, but I've been into a variety of music, but I've really been liking, this is because I'm a little angsty and a little like,
Are you gonna?
It's Taylor Swift.
Okay.
It is, but I like, it's from her Reputation album. It's called Ready For It. I just like the intro. It's got all like the dramatic, like,
I know I've heard it, but
stuff.
I can't hear it right now in my head.
It's the one that has like the whip in the intro. It's like bum. I'm not gonna bum because you're not gonna help. You're not gonna get it.
Okay, I'll play it after and remind myself.
Yeah, it's just the first 30 seconds, and I'm like, it really gets me going when I'm down.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. This one, the long-awaited. What is your current favorite guilty pleasure?
I low-key want to say I don't have one because I'm reading my answer that I wrote down quickly, and I'm like, what even is? That's not a guilty pleasure, you dodo. I'm like, why did I write? I don't know. I put...
Do you want me to tell you mine so you can be like, yeah, that's mine too? Because I know.
Yeah.
Mine is currently eating out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because as I mentioned, I had been really healthy and like cooking and just enjoying that process, saving money.
Yeah.
But going through the times recently, I haven't eaten a lot in general. And when I have eaten, I haven't wanted to cook. So I would just go get whatever it is my heart desires. And it's not good. And I'm stopping it this week. But that's where my money's been.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. I put eating pasta for every meal. I don't actually eat pasta for every meal, but I feel like recently I've eaten pasta at any chance that I get, which definitely isn't bad by any means. I love pasta, and I'm not embarrassed to say that. But I don't know. I feel like I'm going to turn into a noodle. I'm like, I need I don't know.
Yeah, do happen.
That's the only thing I could think of. It's not that good of an answer, but I was kind of like, recently I've been on a pasta kick, and yeah, that's literally just the only thing I can think of, so that's that.
Alrighty. Kind of inspired by this, do you have a current favorite podcast?
Normally, no, but right now I do. And my favorite podcast besides the Girls That Get It podcast.
Best one.
Is, I know, and I've genuinely listened to it every week that it's come. Every week. We're only on the 3rd week. But anyway, my favorite podcast right now is called For Us Podcast. It is by these YouTubers who I watch, who I've mentioned before. Their names are Josh and Sav. They're a married couple, and they're young. They're like in their mid-20s.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a YouTube channel, like I said. And I don't know why I love them so much. Like, I love them together, and I also love both of them separately. They're just very relatable, very entertaining, and really real. Like, they show, and they're very creative too. I love their editing style and their vlogging style. I think it's super innovative, and it's not like other YouTubers that I know, and they started a podcast recently. And so I've been listening to that every single week when it has come out because I just love them so much. And it's been really fun to listen to. So that's mine.
Cute. I've heard you mention them several times in the past, but I still have not watched their stuff, so I have to go check them out.
I love them. I don't know what it is about them, but I just love them.
Yeah. For me, it's called Dropouts. There's 3 hosts. I guess they're social media stars. They're not people that I'd heard of before, but they were on another podcast that I listened to, and I thought they were hilarious. I was like, I got to go check out theirs.
What's their name?
One guy, there's Zach, Jared, and the girl's name is Indiana.
Oh, okay. I've not heard of them.
Yeah, but I think the Zach guy is just hilarious. And I mean, their chemistry, all 3 of them, are really, really funny, but they have quick humor, which, I appreciate. And specifically he has like dark, dry sense of humor, which is more my speed. So the whole podcast isn't like that, but I kind of listen just for those moments.
Yeah. Nice.
Next, do you have a current favorite content creator?
I've kind of been slacking on like watching YouTube videos, which is what I think of when I think of content creators. Well, actually, I wrote down Hailey Bieber because I've been like kind of binging her YouTube videos recently.
The bathroom ones?
Yeah, and I love her. I don't know why. She just seems so genuine and sweet. And I love her bathroom videos because like it's like she's not even a celebrity in those videos. Like she's the interviewer and she genuinely takes the time to get to know each of her guests and like really focuses on them. And she's just a really well-spoken lady. So I wrote her, but at the very last second, I just thought about when I was thinking about content, I've been really into watching that girl Anna on TikTok.
Ooh.
You know who I'm talking about? I don't know her like full. I don't know how to say her name, her TikTok name.
She's dating that guy. I don't know.
That radio dude. Yeah.
She's the blonde, like really cheery girl. She also has a specific editing style for her TikToks.
Yeah. I went on a binge like rampage of her TikToks recently, and she makes me happy. I like her videos. They're positive and fun.
That's cute. Someone commented once that they thought I was her, and I was like, oh my gosh, I could pass away.
Really? Wow. Yeah. We love that. What's your favorite content creator?
I wrote down Miss Remy Cruz because her vlogs, she posts a good like 20-minute vlog, that's about as long as I want it. Like, but it gives me enough to be entertained. I've been trying to steer away from anything like emotional or sad. And she is just so cheery, and it's very like lighthearted. She does lots of hauls, lots of cooking, like just good time things. So I've enjoyed like her peppy attitude about things. And even when bad things happen, she'll like come on, and even though she'll tell us about it, it'll be in a more positive way. So yeah. I've been appreciating that. And then we are here at our last favorite topic. What is your current favorite app on your phone? Maybe like, I don't know, a different one or something new.
Yeah, mine I've never even talked about, and I don't know. You might know what it is, but we've never actually talked about it. But it's an app called CapCut. It's an editing app, and do you know?
Yeah, I did the TikTok about it, and you're like, how'd you do that?
What TikTok?
Remember you were like, how did the disco effect?
I thought that was in the TikTok app.
You
never told me what app it was. You just said.
Oh, I thought you asked. Someone asked on that video, like, what editing thing is this? And I responded back saying CapCut.
Oh, that wasn't me.
Okay, never mind.
I was about to say, I've never heard you say that or like talk about it before. But well, then obviously you know what it is. It's just an editing app that, that's literally what it is. You can edit. I use it to edit my TikToks, specifically TikToks that I want each picture to only be on there for like a second, or each clip to only be on there for a second, because in the TikTok app, the shortest you can make a clip is 0.5 seconds. And that pisses me off because I'm like, sometimes I want a quicker, like action-packed TikTok where the frame is changing like every 0.2 or 0.3 seconds.
Yeah.
And so recently I've been using CapCut because it's quicker to me sometimes than putting it into iMovie on my phone. And there's just like more that you can do on the phone. It's more phone friendly. So I've been using that a lot to edit my TikToks, which I have liked, and it's pretty easy to use, and it's fast and simple, and all the good things.
That's fun. I feel like a lot of people out there could use that. Posted on the tickety-tockety these days.
What's yours?
Mine is this app called Notion. You can get it for your computer and your phone, and they sync. It's similar to like the Notes app, or if you have if you're like a Microsoft user, the OneNote app. Yeah. But basically, there's so many, it's almost too open-ended in my opinion. I don't think I can make my own template. I just find others that I like and input my stuff into it. Yeah. But it's a great way to store things. Whenever I find recipes on TikTok, I will save them, upload the video to Notion so I can see the instructions, but also within the Notion app that has the video, I will write down the ingredients as well as my paraphrased instructions. Mm-hmm. It's I don't know, but that's just one of the notes. I also have a content planner on there. I also have that's where I keep my bucket list, just different things like that.
I've seen that app on TikTok, or I've seen that website or form of the app on TikTok a lot, and I haven't tried it, but I've heard a lot of good things.
Downfall kind of is I've kind of got accustomed to using all the different Apple apps, my calendar or my notes. So I'm kind of why am I retraining myself to do it differently? But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of.
It's a nice switch up, or good if somebody is looking for a new way to write their notes or store their stuff.
If I was still in school, I would use it a lot more too.
Yeah. True. Well, that was the last one, and we don't even need the other stuff that we prepared because it's way over an hour now. So we'll just keep those we'll just keep that for the next time.
Yes.
But yeah, that was it for our episode 3. That was fun. I feel like I did not know half of the things that you were about to say. So that was kind of fun to be surprised a little bit.
I also feel like we had some good combos in there, and you got to really see our personalities and how sometimes we're really similar and sometimes we're really different.
Yeah. So that was fun. Well, that is all for this episode of the Girls That Get It podcast. Leave us a review if you'd like. I literally watched Al give us a 5-star review in the car the other day.
As he should.
While we were listening to it, and I didn't even ask him to. So y'all should join the 5-star review club and give us a review. Let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about as always. And thank you for listening.
Yes, follow us on all the socials. We've been posting videos on our YouTube channels every week, TikToks pretty much daily, Instagram, all the stuff.
All that stuff, yeah. So we will talk to you guys in the next pod.
Bye.